I'm having a little bit of difficulty progressing because the information I share is not something that's written down in a book. Sometimes when I'm sharing information, it becomes the first time that I'm sharing it this way. I'm just trying to set up my camera right now. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to set up my work with the how can I say it, with YouTube as I'm settling out here with TiCHeConnectT. So for those one of you that are here right now, let me see who you are so I can call you by your name. And it shows nobody. It says friends not watching this live. You know, it's very funny how they say friends not watching this live. Okay, it shows me one friend. I have 22 friends. So why doesn't it say 22 friends not watching this live? Oh, look, there's somebody here. There you go. I just said hello to you. Waved at Elamia 33, the sunshine girl. Just going to wait until somebody else joins, going to stand around. I'm going to talk over and over what I do, how I came 20 years ago. 20 years ago, right? 20 years ago. I didn't think anything of the spirit world. I didn't think that I couldn't figure out how in the world can we have a personal relationship with God? And other people's God seems stronger than my God. How can their God be different than my God? Where do all these interconnections come to? Well, finally, after 20 years of my own due diligence studying the differences, the odds and the evens amongst things, the balance of all polarity, I came to the conclusion that there is a creator only because of this reality, that the precision in this, the explanation of the numbers in this, in the coordinate area, the story it tells, okay, connected to numeric values that we live with every single day. As well, the connection with our alphabet, A, B, C, D, all the way to the letter Z, whether you count it in that order or any other order, whether you're looking at numerology gematria, or if you're looking at numerology Chaldean, if you're looking for Hebrew numerology or one of the numerologies, right? Because there's tactics in numerology and there's basic understanding in numerology. I don't want to count everything at 6 yet. I want to understand why they're doing that. Why are we counting everything at 6? Right? Because there's a numerology, and then there's the cut one Messer's way of numerology. Hello, Zaya. And one of Messer's numerologies is who'll multiply everything times 6. Let's say it'll be D, so that'll be the fourth. So it'll be 24 plus 4, D will equal to 28. If it was K11, it'll be 6 times. I think he works with 6s. I'm not sure if he works with 3s or 6s. Okay, let me go with 3s. So if we go with the K letter, the 11th letter, so he'll go 3 times 11 equals 33, plus K is 1 and 1 is 2. He'll go 35 for K. And it's funny, 35 takes me to the heart of this. 3 and 5 equals 8. It brings me to the heart of this. And it also brings me into number 3. 11 equals 3. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 2 equals to 3. The 1 in the center never moves. The 1 in the center is the 1 in the center. I like these two colors. It's just so funny that they're both regarded as, this one is going to be regarded as the 10. This one's going to be regarded as the 9. This is the 10 and the 9 in colors. When you look into games, they have different colors in games. This one will also be related to the 12 ball and the 3 ball, the 12 ball and the 4 ball in pool. Let me see who's still here. I don't know why it always says that no one's here and it shows 2 people. So I'm just trying to see. So now, if you would like to talk about what, let me see. Okay, and let's talk about the A letter. Let's talk about the A letter. Does anybody know anything about the A letter? Anything at all other than what it might look like? Because we just have to get down a little bit like in our heads and say, I am one of the children of creation. Before I was indoctrinated to learn what they showed me over the period of my life, let me go back to understand in this new school where everything I knew doesn't fit into this category yet until we understand the alphabet in this house. Everybody that comes into this house gets the alphabet, A, B, C, all the way to Z. And if you're from somewhere else and you didn't get that alphabet, you didn't. I'm talking to those who got this alphabet. Now, you didn't learn the whole understanding from the alphabet, what these letters are actually saying. Noted that English is one of the last languages to come out. Okay, remember, if God has made his creation, do you think God created for it to be stagnant? Or was there an advance in creation that different languages came out into creation? Is this part of the script of creation, or is creation stagnant? Are we a stagnant people? Have we not been rising every single year? I learn from you, you learn from me. I learn, you teach, you're the teacher, I'm the student, I'm the teacher, you're the student, right? In this world, where the world begins, the mirror world, where time heaven creation, to where we are born into the house, we are all the students. We are all the orphan children, the students in creation. Even in games, there's a game. Now, some of the stuff is hypothetical because of its relationship to the word. And in a game called craps, they take the dice and they scream out, yo, 11. When they're calling out yo, 11, they spell that with Y and O. When they say 11, now to me, being French, I understand that as student, 11 is student. What they're actually saying is to throw a number 11, or I forget what the other numbers was, yo comes 711. So it's telling me in yo, it's telling me about the 3 times 120, or the 4 times 90. The Y is going to be Earth. It's going to be the 9 lives of the cat. It's going to be the 25th letter. Just give me a second. It's going to be the 25th letter. Five times 5 equals 25 is Earth. It's going to be the letter Y, which is the 25th letter. We're also going to note is going to be the letter B, okay? The B house, okay, is going to have 2 moons. The A house, okay, is going to have 1 moon. The B house moons are going to belong to Mars. Mars is number 51. And it's the Mars window. Call it a crossing, 2 cubed or 2 squared. Call it just 22 or 222. I'll explain that in a minute. Come in. Let's go. No barking. Let's go. We spoke about the word yo, and also I want to mention, let's not forget about the monkey. I like to use, and what I do use to create and to understand the connection amongst other numbers, or right, our association of mathematical equations, words themselves. I like to use the alphabet when I understand what Y and O is. O is going to represent Mars. Mars is the letter O, and Earth is the letter Y. Mars is number 5115. The letter O is 15. Earth is 52 to the short count 25. Earth is the letter Y. that becomes 4 times 4 corners of O. The 4 times 90 equals the 360, to the 3 times 120 to equal to the 360, where it's 3 times 5 equals to 15 and the letter O, and it's 5 times 5, what is 25, to be to the letter Y. The reverse of O is L. The reverse of, well, we're a little backwards here, eh? Even in the other one. Hi, Maria. Hi, Susa. Hi, Maria. Are you speaking to someone? Right now, I'm just speaking to everybody that's here. There's nobody here. I'm talking to 2 machines at the same time. One is on TiCHeConnectT, and the other one is on YouTube. Sorry if is everybody understanding this? Let me just see. I don't always get my what do you call it? Okay, Choopy D, hi. Sorry, I didn't see that. I wasn't keeping up with anything. What is the question? Haktua, what is the question that you are asking? Am I speaking to somebody? I'm speaking to everybody that's here, but I wasn't looking at your screen, right? So this is what's happening. I'm going to see if I can get, can I get this over here? Let me see if I can. Let me hold this like this. So this is what's happening, okay? When you take these dice cubes, right? When you take these dice cubes are noted to 711. That's the way they're set up. I will show you in a minute. I got a little off course by answering that question. Sorry about that. So what happens is Mars is O, Earth is Y. Now what happens? It is the star system connect. The star system connects with lightning. I don't know if I want to use lightning bolt, light, lightning. One of the reasons, this is a hypothetical understanding, that light 10, 9, 19. When you connect 19, you connect all the systems. Within 9 is 5 and 4. Within 9 is 6 and 3. Within 9 is 7 and 2. Within 9 is 8 and 1. In order to create what is 19, you have to associate A, B, C, D. Sorry, you have to associate A, B, C, D equaling to 10. Let me write this down so you can see it when I'm finished speaking to understand what's going on. I'm just trying to see what's happening to my, it's very funny because when it comes to YouTube, I was just talking on YouTube. There were 7 people, and then all of a sudden, everybody was gone. And then 2 or 3 new people came on. Hi. Everybody comes in, they leave. So I'm having trouble when I start over again, when I speak a second time, when I have to speak twice, you're not going to pick up on everything that's going on. I'm building a puzzle here, right? I can do pieces and parts, but I'm building a puzzle in this. And right now in this piece of puzzle, I'm going to show you how the E world connects and how our 5s connect. So you can see number 5 is over here, right? The two kooky guys are running after each other. Here is the top part of your connection. Maximum you can go is 3, and then 1 connect the next line. That's your 4. This is your A, B, C. Did we get that? A, B, C, D equals 10. A, B, C equals 6. B, C, D equals 9. A, B, D equals 7. A, C, D equals 8. Here is number 5. The lower leg or the lower wing is A, B, C, D equaling to 10. When we light the lightning over here, it's your birth comes onto the wing of creation. When that birth comes onto the wing of creation, what happens? You came into the delta world and you ignite all of these to equal to 10. When you ignite them all into 10, what will be your first creation? Your creation will be like this. It'll be the 3 and 7 connect 10, the 4 and 6 connect 10. Both of them pass through the 5 area. So 5 and 10 equals to what is J. J will equal to 10. E will equal to 5. O will equal to 15. T will equal to 20. Y will equal to 25. So like I mentioned before, when we're bringing up the Yo 11 student of creation in the game of craps, when we bring the student into creation, Yo 11, they're calling for the moons to be plugged in, just like the tefillin is plugged in. 5 sides, 1 to the front, 4 going around, 1 plugged in for the microprocessor, right over here. Or they'll put their tefillin on their hand over here. Others sit around the Kaaba, not understanding that if you continue on to listen to what I have to say and corticate all these words, okay, and all the understandings through games, you're going to see that the holy temple is within yourself. You are the name. Within the name is your soul. I like to use multitudes of languages. The more I would know, the more I would listen to, the more I can direct it towards an explanation where I get this part, where the name or in the name of the game is your soul. So what that means is when you spell the word name, N-A-M-E, or game, G-A-M-E, where the G is going to hit to the moon and the N is going to go to the sun. And you're going to have what is gene synthesis. These 3 letters, okay, these 3 letters, I know I'm not getting a very good vision and it's backwards on the YouTube. I'm very sorry for that. Maybe I should turn my camera around. But I can't see myself. I'm just hoping you can see this. So this here, this combination of letters, M-A-E-M, is actually pronounced as Om. That is the way I understand it. It's a French way of saying soul. When you use the A-M only without the E, only because of the way I decorticate the word, understand it between the French and English, for when they add on the letter E at the end of a word, sometimes they say the word changes from masculine to feminine. So when I wake up in the AM, why am I not in the E world? What has not been connected to be into that E world? What is left out? AM is 1 through 13 equals to 91 spirit. 5 through 13, I am going to leave out, I will reach 81. So 5 through 13 equals 81, where 1 through 13 equals 91, and where 1 through 5 equals to 15 and 76 equals to 91, or 15 and 66 to equal to 81. Understanding that when we could, when we should, and when we shouldn't add on the 10 connect or the 9 connect or the 8 connect, the different versions of connecting our system. Our ABC system, 6 or 60 seconds on the clock, what we seem to be working with right now. To what is our birth, the BCD, not coming in with the A, but coming into the world, in the mirror world, right? Inside the D. But it doesn't mean the A is not there. The letter A is a divisional letter. The letter A is a divisional letter. When you see it, it can be split down the center, and it can be used to this side, or it can be used to this side. Understanding when you're sleeping, you're 180 degrees across, using the 18th letter, using the R to connect the two areas of the A. Noted that it is Mars and Earth. Noted that Mars is a D planet, the 4th planet. And if you look at the top of the A, which looks like a fish, the D is at the top, the C is at the bottom. DC equals to the A, and it can be divided between two sides. You can be living right here, or it gets divided over here. So what we do, can do, might do, there's a few different, there's many different designs I could make and that you can make to see how we're going to connect these worlds, right? So what I'm looking at right here is now we take AA, right? And remember, AA and blackjack are ace 11. So we split it up over here, then we split it up over here, and we live right over here. See that M letter? We live in between here. We don't live on this part here, and we don't live on that part here. We live in the valley over here, all connected by the waters. The O is a perfect circle, okay? But the letter O, okay, what the letter O does is it picks up 6. It picks up 6 of the areas, not this side. It picks up the center and this side, or the center and this side. That every side of this cube is 9, and I don't have, maybe I can show it to you here. So this 0 over here, okay, this is the reason for 0. If I wanted it to be the O, now I'm not really sure which way we're going to do it. Are we going this way for O, right, the number, and this one over here, or an occupation of an area space, or this one here where it goes around the center? Here, there's nothing to the center. I'm using up 4, 8, and 4 is 12. This is where the shoelace effect comes in, meaning both ends are the same, unlike a plug-in. See, they're not the same on each end. So this would end at 9. If they were the same at each end, I'm going to end it at 12 or 10, right? Because you begin, I'm going to end it at 12 actually. But the basic ending star ends at 10. How can I show you? Boy, I shouldn't have said that. Not good to enter into two realms at the same time. I'm going to show you the end of the 10 star that we live in. So here's the 10 star that we live in. The 1 and 9, the 2 and 8 cycle of the moon, the 3 and 7, your creation of the 7th gate, and your Zion Israel, the operator 4, 5, and 6, representing the letter M or 1000, 28-day cycle. This one over here is going to tell you about 10 and 9. The French tell me to speak 10 and 9 when this one over here, right? Now, every time you pass through that 5 area, and you will pass through it 4 times, you will reach this one here. When we do it, the star system that we run is here. I take this star and I put it on top of here. There's only 6 outlets or 3 lines. 6 outlets, 3 lines, 6 outlets, 3 lines, 6 outlets, 3 lines. There's going to be 2 empty spaces here, 2 empty spaces here, 2 empty spaces here, 2 empty spaces here. And these are the 2 I use with 4 empty and 4 empty. When you have two empty spaces, every space is a value total of 10, irregardless. Each one is 5. According to the average, when you add up 1 through 9, it equals to 45. The average is 5. So every dot on this dice that you see as a value of 5, that's 30. What you don't see is 15. So what you don't see is 15. What you don't see is 40. The total value of what you don't see is 55. For not following, please hold on to it, and we'll speak about it a little bit later. I have 6 people on here on YouTube, but I'm not sure if my speaking is working. Just give me a second. Let me check, and I'm going to come back to this. Just give me 1 second. I want to see. There's something not chat filter. All messages, including spam. Show every message, including spam. Okay, that's what I want to see. Okay, so I still have 4 people here on YouTube. Okay, and 1 person. It seems people come in and out. Hard to do the work, but that's okay. We're going to get back to this. I was talking about this. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can show it here. I'm trying to get my book lined up with these 2 things. I am so out to lunch, I will tell you that. So out to lunch. Let me fix this up a little bit. Because I'm charging the machine at the same time, so it keeps squirming on me. Maybe I'm going to take out the charger. It'll be a little bit easier to set the machine down. Just give me a second to line it up. Just give me a second. I'm going to line up the phone also. Right, let me line up the phone as well. I wanted to finish with the name. This is soul, this is soul. This is the Aussie, come here. This is the 14th letter. This is the 7th letter. It takes 2 7s to go into 14. G, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will give me 3 and 4. This is the numeric value that will create the number 9. This is 7, this is 5 and 7. The letters, these letters are going to fit into what is 5G. 5G. It's going to be E and it's going to be G, or it's going to be 5 and 7. 5 and 7 connect to the moon. 7 and 5 says electric. 5775 is also a reflection of the reverse cube of what is 1 5 to what is 6 2. The Queen and Mars. The stick, the puck, and the stick. The puck. Hold on a second. Aussie. You have to relax, man. You have to relax. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Hey. You can't do that. You guys can't do that. I need a dog helper. These guys, I touch one, the other one gets mad. What do? Lock myself in the room? I'm blowing up, trying to have a passageway to explain what's going on. This is soul. When I don't have the E, I take away the female from it. The beginning of the words Mars is M-A. It also is the beginning of what is the divided sun and living inside the sun. The reason comes out in this design, which is over here. You see the A letter and the A letter. It's 1, 3, 5. They say the A letter, okay, is ace. Ace is A1, C3, 5. The A will create itself. A and A, 1 and 1. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create 1 between 2. Equals to 3. That's the base. Now that you have 3, you can separate your A in half. Your A can be separated in half and still look like an A. Now we have 2 of them. Now we have A8 or Ace 11. They use that in blackjack where everything else is a 10, right? And in numbers, A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why didn't I put that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 equals your wing of 10. We're only going to look at this wing of 10 that builds everything else into the star system. When we connect everything here, we go through E once, we go through twice, we go through it 3 times, we go through it 4 times, never 5. If we add them up, we get 35, 45, we get 50, but we never play all the 50. The most we'll ever play is 15s. We'll only go through it 3 times, 3 times, 3 times, and 3 times. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 say, can you see by the dawn's early light? We can hear you. Can you hear me or you can't hear me? We can best you. What does that mean? What does that mean, we can best you? Item totem. It's pretty weird tonight that I'm getting a lot of different people. That's really honorable, right? On YouTube. We can or can't hear you. Here with a star equals to 7, right? We can't, hers, here's, anyways, okay. So let me get on with that. So since we have these stars and we pass through this, we pass through it 3 times, but we only have to use it once. In reality, we're only going to use it once. So we go 30 and 5, 30 and 5, 30 and 5, 30 and 5. So we're going through the E world. When we go through here, 3.5 is the heart of this reality. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 equals to 25 and 10, 35. That is the heart of this cube. The reason why is it tells me 1 and 6 is 7. Meet halfway at the fine line is 3.5. But remember, we need a rotating passing area space. And since this, okay, none of these dots go all the way through, they have to have a bend in each one of them. If it goes in here and comes out here, it has to have a bend in order to do that. Where is it bending to? And that's going to occupy an area space greater than what? I don't know. I know that the hard line to meet between here and here is 0.5. Can we work something at 0.5 or not? If we cannot work anything at 0.5, then breaking this in half means a full passage between Earth and Mars. So now we can see the crossing star system at 10. We're on one side of it, the 1-8, the 2-7, the 4-5, or the 4-5, right? You see everything passes through 5, connected through 4 on this line over here. Then the other side in the house of Beta, right? Alpha, the Earth moon, Beta, the Mars moons. The Mars moons begin and come into your 9 birth. You now entered the house of Beta. The one spirit of the heaven, now your 9 is in the house of Beta. All of your one spirit of heaven enters into the house of Beta because of 1-8 equals to 9. Because of 2-7 equals to 9, because of 4-5, and it relinquishes itself inside of 3 and 6. Your alpha beta goes inside of 3 and 6. And what takes over this position? 7 and 8 take over that position right over here. 8 and 2, 7 and 3. They take over this position. The 8 and 1 was 9. The 2 and 7 was 9. When you look at this cube, there's 8 voided areas on this cube. There's 2 voided areas. There's 8 voided areas on this cube, right? And over here, there are 7 voided areas. The 7th gate resides within. The heavens go all the way around. That's the difference between the 2 and the 1. And then it gives you your 6 and 5. Your 6-5 will create what is 4-3. When you get 6-5, you automatically get Earth and Mars together. The voided area of 6 and 5 is 4 and 3. When you have the 4 and 3 combination, it'll tell you about the passing moon. The multiplication of 4 times 3, 4 plus 3, will equal 12, and 7 equals to 19. 12 minus 7 equals to E5. The 19, okay, the 19 over here is the only number in the numbers that don't reduce itself in the alphabet, okay, to the number 1 on one reduction. It's a 9-9 reduction. 19, okay, 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, so we reduce 9 and then 9. When we reduce all the other numbers above 20, it'll be 2 plus 0, 2 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 3, all the way to 2 plus 8, 6, which is the Z letter, and the Z is the dog, and the X is the cat. Z and X. And then what you do is you put A and C together. A and C is Z and X, equaling to what is 49 or 4. They both become 4. The 24th letter. Whoop, there's a mistake here. Whoop, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Let me do this again. 24 over 26 equals to 41. Okay, it's going to equal to 41 equals to 5. I'm not sure how to show this. It's going to be altered current. It's going to represent, this is going to represent the dog. This will represent the cat. This one is going to be 8. This one is going to be 6. This is going to be 8A, and this will be C6. They'll both equal to 9 in themselves. This one will equal to 4 on the low side, 5 on the high side. Entering into the sun. When the alphabet divides, it divides between the 13th letter and the 14th letter. When you look at 13, 1 and 3 equals to 4. When you look at the 14th letter, 1 and 4 equals to 5. That is where the alphabet splits. Therefore, that's where we must connect those two letters together. When you're working with 13 or odd numbers, you will divide on a single number. Let's call that single number a relative to the singular moon. If you're going to divide something that's with an even number, right, like 26, the alphabet, you're going to be splitting at 13 and 13. So you need to lock together those numbers. Do you follow what I'm saying? We need to lock together the 13th and the 14th, that where what's going to be connected to number 6, what connects to number 7, I'm going to show you this, and what connects to what happens here is 6 connects to 7, connects to 6. And in this equation, there's going to be 13 numbers. 6 down here, 6 down here. These two sides connect to this one. But with this one over here, right, all these down here, all these 13 come up to here. All those 13 come up to here. Now we must lock these two. Here, we only lock these two, and then these two. And then these two, we can lock these up. How can I show you this? So what happens over here, it locks up at this number, at 113.5. Remember, as I said before, the sun is S-U-N. The sun is 135. S19 reduced to 10, reduced to 1. U21, 2 and 1 is 3. C. N14, 1 and 4 is 5. E. It says ace, sun. So it tells me that the ace, the sun, the A letter, is a division, has a division within the sun. Also to note that the letter M shows me a V. So it shows me there's a division in the valley. So when we show this division in the valley within the sun, we end up creating what looks something like this. Here's an ace here and an ace here. If I only create one ace, I can create the division right over here. Call this H, my first part of H. Here's one H here and one H here when the A is divided. Here's one H here, here's one H here when the second A is divided. The first 13 letters of the alphabet, the second 13 letters of the alphabet. It's going to get connected right here between M and N. I should not have a point here. I should have a straight line that goes across. Here is where the Earth hookup is going to happen. The point is where Mars is. Earth is going to be what is 33 with a separation. Mars is going to be a singular area. Earth is going to be noted as 33.7. Mars, 30 in rotation of birth into life, 33. Mars is going to be 22. Let's call it the ape life. In between here, you can see the way the M, right, doesn't use up this part, and it doesn't use up this part, but it connects these two areas here. It's also going to tell us about Saturn square. The M is also the 13th letter, and when you see the V and you see a line V equals 4, V equals 5, 6, okay, 6 equals F. It says the Fed. 4, 5, and 6, okay, can also be the 22nd letter, the 23rd letter, and the 24th letter. 4, 5, and 6. I'm just trying to see where else we were with this. I'm getting a little lost in some of my thinking. I'm closing down a little bit. Let me see. We can hear you. I shared one of your vids a while back, so that's probably why. I hope this will still connect. I'm late. Oh, it's always going to connect. I don't plan on leaving, although I'm a little bit slow right now. I'm going to go take maybe a hot cup of water, take one tiny little break, and see if I can catch up with my thinking. This afternoon I was, I don't want to do that. I wanted to just finish. So we understand how the M, the A, the C, like when you say McD, it's not for nothing you say McD, because you're joining the two worlds together, living in the confinement under the federation of Saturn, the Saturn sun. It's a rat sun, right? We have to also, what we're going to be doing over time, if I can, I'm going to be doing this by myself to start, but if anybody does the zodiac, astrology, the constellations, understanding how your constellations fit together, how everything rotates together, right? What one of these cubes say, I don't have the answer now, but this cube tells me that we have 9 per side. This cube tells me in this form, see these dots over here? In all actuality, if we went to Rubik's Cube, we went to a major cube, okay? We're going to have 26 cubes like this in Rubik's Cube. Each one of the Rubik's Cubes like this, okay, is going to have 54 faces. Each one of these cubes that spin will have 54 spaces. There's going to be 26 of them. There's going to be one controller in the center that knows what's happening everywhere. There's one controller. The Rubik's Cube is goes around this way, goes around this way, and goes around this way. NASA goes around this way, goes around this way, and goes around this way. The same thing. It's a hexagon. We have T-minus counting. As I'm going to bring this back in, the T-minus counting is what happens, okay, is that the first crossing, the second crossing, the third crossing, the fourth crossing, 5 ET, 25, JO, 25, leading us to the earth creation. 1/3 and 2/3, the division between day and night. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. 5 times 25, 5 times 5, 25. 5 plus 5, 10, equaling to 35. This one will equal to 23, 35 and 23 in these equations, 35 and 23. So this is your star system. So you pass through O, 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 and O. All about O. We didn't get to this one. When we have NASA counting down, they're going T-minus counting. The reverse of T is G. The reverse of E is V. It becomes 5GTVET, call home. We have the 5, 10, 15. You ever see the 5, 10 store equal to 15? Well, how about Joe? The 120 degrees, the reason for the 120 degrees is right over here. The reason for, I think it's 90 degrees. Which one was the 90 degrees? 90 times 4 is 360. 90 times 4 is 360. Let me do that again. 90 times 4, okay, and then there's 120 times 3. The Mars is going to be the 4 by 90, and the Earth is going to be 3 by 120 to equal to the 360 degrees. See, in this instance, right, look what happens, because it's a little confusing, right? Where is it? Yeah, 4 by 90 to equal 360, the fourth planet and the third planet. But when it comes to the E world, right, I need 5 times 4, okay, to equal to 20. I need 3 times 5 to equal to this one. So I have to understand what's going on. I only need 3 E's to hook up with Mars, but I need 4 E's to hook up with Earth. I have to understand that equation. This one is going to be the dartboard with T. This one, would this be water and this would be Earth? This one is going to be the game of pool. In the game of pool, right, we're going to set up with the 7 ball, the 7 stripes, and the 8 solids.
I'm turning off the Wi-Fi for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm going to just, can I just...
Yeah, I'm going to go through.
Yeah, I have to just change my Wi-Fi on my phone here. So just give me a minute. I'm going to be back in a minute. I have to, how do I do this? Yeah, so you're still with me over here? Okay, everybody's still with me. It hasn't turned off yet. So we're going to continue on. That there's a multitude of connections, and we need to learn these connections, and I need to understand whether or not others can see that this is relative, that this really exists. Where are we with this? Yeah, we were also talking about Mars, Saturn. You see what it is, see that 4 over here? Now, where is Saturn, right? Where actually, is there a real Saturn, or is Saturn existing only because of the 2 moons of Mars? Is that the only reason Saturn exists? Does Neptune exist? Why does Neptune exist? Is it because we're mirroring the moons, right? How are we creating everything? How is everything becoming a replica? How are we getting 6 sides to a cube and ending up with 2 cubes on a 12-inch ruler? Why are we ending up with 6 cubes? Is it happening inside of us once we come to this planet? I don't have all these answers, right? But I'm surely going to keep on to it, try to find them. Let's see where else we can go with this. Let me get a glass of water, and I'm going to be back in about 2 minutes. I never really have anything planned. So you know what? Maybe we're going to jump onto something else. No, we're going to just finish off with one thing. I want to finish off with the ABCD. I want to go to the deck of cards for 2 minutes to explain the Jack, the Queen, and the King, and how I see it, and what numbers come out of it. And also remember, I must do my work in French and English. It's a must. It's a must. It's an absolute must. And I must use all games. In fact, did you know that the word Elon and must come out to 46 and 64? And I think Noel comes out to 17 and 29. Noel, which is Elon. Noel, Elon, which means Christmas. Elon is like Noel and means Christmas, right? So I'm not sure, Flight Stick, are you the last one to say something to me? Chat filter, fan funding, let me see this. Oh no, I don't like that. I just want chat filter and show most messages with, no, I just want to see all messages. There we are, all messages. I'm still here. Okay, give me a minute. You had a question for me about Saturn or something? And like I said, you see, we have Mars right over here. But Mars is also over here, holder of 1 moon. And then Mars is over here. Mars ends up with the 4, 5, and 6. So the Federation with the O Canada and O Can You Say is all in the Federation of Mars. Now, what are the other songs? Does anybody know the other songs that we sing for the national anthem? If I can see those songs, or I can see the colors of the flag, I can understand this on an alternative dimension. Just give me 1 second. Just give me a minute and I'm coming back. Oh, my hips. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm coming back. Coming back. Just give me a minute. Coming back. I don't know if it's still working, but I've, just give me a minute. Okay, dogs, you're good. You're good. Okay, we're back. Whoa, it's cold outside. Wow, I love, you know how many guests I have on TiCHeConnectT? They told me it's the best place. I got 1 billion guests here. It's 2. Hey, Puffy, come here. How you doing, Puffy? You doing good, Puffy? Yeah? Okay, so do we understand, have we all caught up to how it works with the letter E into the E world? That when, I'm just going to go over this, I went over it 1,000 times, but I'm going to keep doing it again. Life from a single cube, from a single organism, right? OR equaling to gold. French. AU is the atomic, I think, number, right? Atomic number. There's another thing. We only use 5 sides. When you roll the dice, right, one side will be on the bottom. I like to use games and understanding relationships. When you use it in fill-in, you put it here. So it's like the microprocessor that connects here. And yet, there's another one that fits here. Well, they take your temperature over here, and they take your blood over here. Where else does this fill-in go? What is it used for? Does anybody know the understanding of this black box? Or would you rather just say history? What would you rather just say? History? Is history the truth? What does it mean, history? What does that word mean? Stories over time? Is that what it means? What would you say history is? We have Pokemons running through the house. Look for them, find them. They're under and over and inside the closets. They're burying themselves. They're like little rats. I never knew these Pokemons or Dragon Ball Zs can be hiding everywhere. All kinds of elements, oh my God. All kinds of organisms everywhere, even in the air. Feel the electrical air. Breathe it in if it had any value at all. Exhale it. Everybody wants that good vibration. Everybody wants to be mentally sane, feeling mentally well. Oh my God, Mr. Flight Risk or Mrs. Flight Risk, or is that a dog? I can't even see. But you're the 3rd person this week that said the same thing. History is written, right? Creation is a mystery. If I had to go back to the beginning of creation, okay, right to the beginning, I would. And I'm on my way there. But I have to start from as far back as I can go. And one of the greatest things on this planet is the deck of cards. They also call them tarot cards, right? Why do they call them tarot cards? Does anybody know why they call them tarot cards? Because I don't know myself, but what I can tell you is that it takes letters in the alphabet. I can tell you that just like in the word heart, okay, they put the T at the beginning, the H at the end, and in the word heart, they put the H at the beginning, the T at the end. In the word earth, the only difference between the word earth and tarot is the O and the E. Because the E of the O of the E world, of the O world that we liveth within. To understand, to know the difference that the word in Harut or tarot is rat. To know that in Earth is rat and in Saturn is rat. Personal frustration over time between the understanding, the differences, and the similarities of everything that I have seen, coming to my own conclusion and my own beliefs beyond what I can share and force upon the people, which I force nothing upon anybody at all, just sharing the personal differences of how I see what it is onto you, telling me, asking as I'm asking you if there is a difference, and do you see any similarities, and if you see the similarities, what similarities do you see, and what differences that you see between what I see and you see. What do you see that tells you the story that is actual to what I am telling? Did that make any sense at all? Would you like me to repeat it? We're going to go back to this before we change the page, right? And since I seem to be running on one person, I'd like to maybe switch over to. I'm just going to switch everything over to YouTube, because I'm getting zero audience. I'm getting a zero audience, and I'm getting a better picture in YouTube. And rat is tar, and we have Tartania, right? The Tartania world, right? The double rat world. The rats run in the sewers, right? Sewer rats. So the W, unlike what the M is, could be the possibility that with connection of the R world reception, right? The R world reception, which will be the cross upon Rubik's Cube. I'm just going to see if so when we create the R letter or the B letter, the bottom part of the B letter is going to come onto this side. When it cuts off and becomes the R letter, it's now R on this side, R on this side. They cross over to two sides. Although you see the A letter, the A is the building structure, okay, which in A is 10. That's how 10 gets separated, A, B, C, D. So we're connecting the two systems together. When the two systems are together and the life comes amongst us between the heavens, okay, it's the one life. The 9 birth comes into this 8 heaven and holds the rods between the 2 heavens and the 1 snake within, but it needs to connect. It is an Earth-Mars connection. The letter R is the 18th letter. When you connect that letter, you now connect the star system. The S connects everything. We have to understand there's dimension, right? If I get to the fine line of 180, it means 179, and I'm between 179 and 179, and that B part connect, or in that C part connect. I am that part connection with the S and the R. The S and the R of the 180 degrees go right there. If we work the voided area between the 27th number and the 36th number, unless I shifted the whole alphabet over, right? What I understand right now is my shift in the alphabet, okay, running to the 26th letter, I think I'd have to run to here, but I moved the alphabet from here. I moved the alphabet over to, just trying to see where I moved the alphabet. But what happens when you're working with 36 numbers, right? You take the alphabet and you shift it 5. We're into the E world, shift the alphabet 5, where A is 6, where Z is 31, where N, which is the Sun System cross and also showing up into the flag of Union Jack, where it's N and N come together to pass through the rectangular flag. All the flags are rectangulars like single bricks. So it's the N becomes the 19th letter. The 18th letter is the M, and when that splits, okay, that's when it connects and that's when it splits. The 13th and the 14th letter split in the 26th letter alphabet at 13.5. 13.5 says ACE, and it's also the sun. Yes, tar for thick. Yes, that. Hey. Shh. Guys. Yes. Thick oil, black tar, oil tar. A wing in creation. Hello? I don't know how they're running that system, that oil system. I really don't. But I really feel, because I saw it in the Matrix, that there is something to do with the oil, which is going to be 15 and 9 and 12. Yeah, it makes perfect sense, because the value of the word is 3, 6, and 9, oil. I9, L3, O15. Hey, just give me a minute. Go sleep. Go sleep. Go sleep. Go sleep. Go sleep. Up. Up. Go sleep. Go sleep. Sleep. Come here, Ozzy. Come here. Come here, Ozzy. Come here. Come here. Lay down. Here. Come here. Here. Come here. Lay down here. Come here. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. So yes, like we were talking, we need to realign our numbers. So the alphabet would realign between 16 and 31, where the M and the N, where they were the division of the sun, will now move up, okay, into being a value of the 18th and 19th letter. And now it shows you that between the 18th and 19th letter, it's now really going to show you that it splits between the sun and the moon. The 18 being with what is going to fit for the sun, and the 19 is going to be fitting for what is the moon, and that's going to tell us creation of the seventh gate. The total is 37. The heart of numbers is 111, or 3 by 37. We need to connect the 3 strands. We need to connect 16 with 21, or 7 and 3. We need to create 17 with 20, which will be 8 and 2. And then we're going to create 18 and 19, which we're going to connect to 37, which is going to be 9 and 1. And that's going to be the spirit strand connecting the 9 birth into the divided sun. When you're connecting a 1, it becomes a divided area. Now we're dividing this at 19. 18 and 19 is we're dividing it on the second side of the wing. When we connect numbers 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, okay, those are 10. They all pass through the E worlds. So when we're on this side of the world, it becomes 8 and 2, 7 and 3, 6 and 4, right? Instead of being 2, 3, 4, it becomes 6, 7, and 8 at the heaven's gate. The 6, okay, has its cross put on its back by the lunar moon and the Mars moon, lunar Mars coming together. 1 moon and 2 moon equaling to your base 3 creation of man 6. Day resting 7 is man 6 born on the moon understanding of 6 by 28 equals to 168 hours in a week. Other than to the earth creation, of the Mars moons, coming under the birth of the Mars moons, 6 by 28 equaling to 168, other than the Earth moon, okay, the 1 moon with the 7th gate, which is 7 by 24, equals to 168. And to note, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 creates 6 and 8, where the 7 fits in. 628. That's the Mars moon. 724 is the Earth moon. Did you know that in 7 hours, 24 minutes, it equals to 444? Now, if I looked at the same thing for Mars and did the same thing, I would end up with 360. I'd end up with 388 for Mars. Seven times 60, 420, 444. 6 by 60 is 360 and 28, 388. 38, this represents for me, okay, the separation between day and night. This is going to separate electric company. This is going to be with the club. This is going to be with the monkey. Monkey and ape, gorilla, all fit together within Mars. Okay, now we're going to get on to just some simple stuff. And it's going to be about number 71. 71 Pisces. We have 71 Virgo. We have 71 SPERM. 71. We have 71 as 5 times 2 equals 10. 5 plus 2 equals 7 equals 17. We have one time. Hold on a second. It's sickening. It's sickening. It's sickening. It's sickening. Upstairs. Upstairs. You got to stop this. Go lie down. Ozzy, come here, lie down. Where are you? Lie down. Lie down. Come here. Lie down. Lie down. Pisces is the 12th zodiac sign. 9 plus 3 equals the 12. The base of your bottom creation starts in Pisces and jumps with Gemini. Virgo is the 6th zodiac sign. For your base creation, it's going to be a gateway of 6 and 6, equaling to 12. The connection over here is going to be with the male. The male's going to fit with number 36. It's base creation coming on days without the moons. The only way you connect the 3 moons is through this over here. Perhaps that's why we go into menopause, and perhaps that's why we lose hair, because we lose the connection to the 3rd cycle moon because of this. The 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, which is the sentence we get on Earth, 25 years to life, Earth's heart, which I didn't finish the last page of an explanation, will create this number. On the minus side, it will create this number. That's a base creation. This is going to hit 77 for power in Christ. This one over here is going to fit right inside this one. You see 10 and 7? This is 8 and 9. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8. When we create the dividing heavens, 1 will create always a division within 8. You bring in the birth within the 2 heavens. 9 and 8 is 17. Minus equals to 1. That 1 again shows you the divided heavens. This shows you the divided heavens brought together in C. You go up and then you go down. You go A, B, C, cross connect. 13 is that connection through the moons. The moon connect is going to come through number 13. This one over here. The reason for this is the multiplication of 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 creates 3 and 4. It now creates the opposite sides of this cube, right? The 3 and the 4, Earth and Mars. This cube has 6 sides. There's only 3 sides and 3 sides opposite. So the minute you go to 4 sides, you automatically fall on the ring side. Here's your ring side seat. There are 14 around the ring and 7 all the way through. G and N. G for the moon, N for the sun. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 4, 7. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, 5 and 4, 9. The sun passage is 5 and 4, 9. 5 and 4 is also going to be the heart of the alphabet between M and N. So this 8 and 9, your birth into the heavens at gate 17 in the divided sun amongst the 3 moons. What 5 and 2 is, I say 25 years to life is a life sentence, right? But 5 cuts everything in half and 2 builds it back. This here is going to be the mirror of our creation. This is going to be part of the mirror within our creation. Let me show you how that works. The ABCD. The ABCD is one of the wings. The wings then connect to 6, 4 and 6. It connects to 9, where 1 connects to 9. It connects to 7, where 3 connects to 7. It connects to 8, where 2 connects to 8. One of the top shoe wing to the bottom shoe wing. How we connect the 2 sides through the E-world connect to this major star system over here. The first word of Joe or Jesus comes from over here, T minus counting, right? The relevance of what number 20 is. 20 also represents 107, right? 20 also represents 107, which is that 17 that we talked about. Now, what's so famous about 17, okay, is that the reverse of 17 is 10J, which is an association of your ABCD. Since you associate all these into 10, 10 goes into 17. The French say 10 and 7. They may be saying 10 minus 7. Inside this situation, when we rise up into the numbers, when we get to 77, when we get just 1 second. Yes, when we're running with 17, when we go to 77, this is the way it's mentioned. So we might be saying 63. That's your base low creation. This is going to extend into what is Mars. 57 is also going to be part of a numeric value that's going to fit in towards the moon. There's a few numbers that fit within the moon. 7, 4 times 10. Am I still live or was the internet cut out here? Let me see. Yeah, so over here, you're going to be going 4 times 20 plus 10 and 7, right? At the same time, you're going to go 4 times 20 and 3. You're going to say 83. And over here, you're going to say 63. 83 and 63 inside this one. You're going to be talking about communication divided at the 7th gate, because I'm going to be going plus and minus. Although you'll see 77 and 97 over here, I can also use this as going minus 7 from 10 equals to 3 and use it as a different kind of combination. I can say 93, I can say 83. And more or less, more of the fact, I'm going to say 83. And in this one, I'm going to say 63. I'm not going to use this with this. I'm going to use these two together. I'm going to minus the 7 from the 10. These two together, minus the 7 from the 10, and use this as 83. Then in this one over here, when I'm talking about 17, I'm going to go 3 by 17. 17 is understood as a prime number. I'm going to boost it up into this area over here. It's going to be 51 when calculating by 3, or it'll be 68 when calculating by 4. There's a separation between 3 and 4. The fourth one is the mirror, right? The fourth one is our base of creation. We come into the grounding. Now, what is this? 3 times 1 is 3. 3 by 7 is 21 is 3. Coming into Mars, right? You're going to also coming into where the sun system comes in. The birth into your light of life. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is going to create your 6 and 9. Now, why I say the moon comes into this, because the evaluation of the moon is 57. So you're going to have to be using that 7 again. The number 7, 8, and 9. I'm okay. 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm just trying to think. 4. Okay, I think these are the numbers, right? In English, you're going to say 44, 54, 64, 74, 84, 94. You're going to use all the fours. But when you get to French, right, you're going to say 14. But when you come to 13, so you're not going to say that word of 3. When you come to 12, you're not going to mention 12. When you come to 11, you're not going to mention 11. When you come to 6, you're going to say, okay, you're not going to mention the 6. You're going to say size. So you're going to use the 7. You're going to go 17, 18, 19. So these are the only ones in French that they will repeat it by the word. This will say 14 as 14. So you're going to say 4. This is going to say 17 as 17. This one is going to say 18 as 18. So you're going to mention these numbers. All the rest will be mentioned in conjunction as a different word. The other thing about 17 and 18 and 19, they're the only ones that are mentioned with a 10 in front of it. Before that, they're not mentioned with the 10 in front of it. They're saying as a full number, as a TORS. I'm just trying to see what else is inside of this understanding. Yes, so when you have Pisces and Virgo, the reflection between Pisces itself is going to be to find the in-between between Pisces. And so I think that mark is going to be between Virgo and Libra. Now there's another connection at Virgo with inside the 71st gate, right? And I don't remember what that one is. I'm getting a little bit tired, but I'm going to show you what 71 does. 71 minutes is 1 hour and 11 minutes. 2 times 71 minutes, 3 times 71, 4 times 71, 5 times 71. Okay, I'm going to show you. When you're looking at times and duplications of times, 2 times 71, 222. 3 times 71, 333. 4 times 71, 444. 5 times 71, the hour is 5:55. This is the number of minutes that you run into. So when you run it over here, it ends up at 13. That's the 5 times 555. 555 is part of Saturn square. When you run it over here, let me see if I got this right. I think you add 284. 8 and 4 is 12, 14. 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 12, 13, 14 is 5. So we have 5, 6, 7. And then we have 5, 5 is 13. We only had 13 once. 13 creates 4. This creates 7. This creates 6. This creates 5. I think we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what we got? 5, 10. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. And this is 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 and 7, 5 and 6. That's exactly perfect in order to create that. Now, if you want to really see something really weird, right? I'm going to show you something that's really weird. I'm just going to try and remember what it was. That I think it was 2 hours. Just give me a minute because it's in one of the books here, but I don't remember where it is. I think it's 111 minutes, 222 minutes, 333 minutes, 444 minutes, 555 minutes. Let's see if I can do this here. This is going to be 151, and this is going to be 332, let me see this. Just give me a second. 120, 222 is 3 hours and 42 minutes. Okay, that's good. And this one is going to be 6 hours and 33. And this is going to be 7 hours and 24. And this one's going to be 9 hours and 15. Okay, check this out. This is really cool. Let me see if I can turn this phone. Okay, so now here it is. Check it out. 111 minutes, 1 hour 51. 60 plus 51. 222 minutes. 3 hours is 180 and 42. 300 minutes. 6 hours times 6. Whoop, that's wrong. Five hours times 6 is 333. 444 minutes. 7 hours is 420 and 24 minutes. 555 minutes. 9 times 6, 54 and 15. Take a look at this. 5 and 1, 6. 1 and 5, 6. 1 and 9, 10, reverse. 7 and 3, reverse. 2, 4, 4, 2. And here's the one that's in the center of all, 533. They're all sixes over here. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we go to 666 will be 11 hours and 6 minutes. Another 6. If we went to 777, everything changes. I think it's 777 because you get 12 hours out of this, plus you get 57 minutes, right? When we go 888 in minutes, we're going to get 12 hours, okay, equals to 720. I'm just trying to do this. And then we get, just give me a second, 12 hours, and then 160. Then we go 2 hours, will give me 120, and then 48. Okay, 999 is going to give me 16 hours and 39 minutes. Okay, let me show you this. I'm going to see if you can see this now. When we're at 888, look how perfect it is. 888 minutes, right? We'll give you 14 hours. Sorry, 777 minutes is going to give you 12 hours, 57 minutes. 5 and 7 is 12. 888, which is an hour and 11 more, is going to give you 14 hours. 14 by 6 is 840 and 48. 4 and 8 is 12. And at 999, you're going to get 16 hours by 6 is 960 and 39. 3 and 9 is 12. 4 and 8 is 12. 5 and 7 is 12. Down here, 1 and 5 is 6. 6 is 6. So you can see what happens over here. 1 we ended up with 6. The other we ended up in 3. 9 and 1 creates 10. 8 and 2 creates 10. Now we can understand how our clock goes together. Understanding the 10 system, understanding the 12 system, understanding all the correlated numeric values and how they crisscross through the 9s and through the 12s, right? In roulette, it shows us we run in groups of 12. There's a reason for it. I'm a little too tired to continue on right now, so we're going to end this live video. Wow, I see that. I'm learning oil system in my body. Let me see. Hold on. A rat, tar, star. It's a squirrel. Hold on a second. History is written by the winners. Yes, it's a squirrel, and I'm a female. Oh, right. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You're the 11 of creation, because in the male, right? In the male, you need a stamp, right? But in the female, I think it's what goes into the envelope, or is it the envelope that goes into the male? That's why, is that the female? Is the female the stamp? I'm just trying to understand that, but regardless to the fact, I can't see your teeny weeny little picture over here, so I don't even know. The dog, God knows mine the same. I'm learning the oil system. Please teach me also the oil system. I'm asking, you're not the first person that said this in the last day. That makes sense. Wow, I see that. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for your time. Oh, I'm here until the end. Use me up. Use me and abuse me for my work, please. We're here together. I think we all work together. Only your questions can help me. So we have the 369 for oil. We also have crucifix, which is 3, 6, and 9. We have UFO, which is 366, which is 122 times 3 when we're running in the 122 days within the leap year connect. If we're missing something because the number doesn't come out right, add 1, add... Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm going to be ending this in a few minutes. When the harvest moon enters into your sun sign, thank you, Exena. That's what I'm going to have to call you because I can barely mention that name. Sinixena. You know, the minute I see the X and the E, I think of Exena. Right? Yeah, I wanted to go back to something I spoke about a little bit earlier. I seem to always be wanting to leave, right? In the word monkey, okay, is the word one. It's also MKNY. Also in the word monkey is the word money. Leaving out the K I like to look at as the dog, the canine coming into the doghouse, the house of bait, right? The soul, bringing the soul where all the communication comes together inside that house. And then they have a central communication center they call Luna, right? The M and the N, when they come in together, the N is one part of the house. The other N is another part of the house. There should be N, 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 3 parts of the house sitting inside its rotation. 3 parts of N inside its rotation. They'll have the left, they'll have the right, and then they'll have the heart N. They'll have the M that connects the heart area center together. N and N will make that M. And in Russia, they put the N backwards and they put the R backwards in that. It's a sun system and lunar system connect. The M and the N, the gene phase, gene synthesis, connecting the sun and the moon, the matter and the energy, the combustion of the area space that we occupy. Space is falling down, it's compressing us, it's holding us down, right? Is it holding us down? Who we are because of the amount of air we breathe? I just wanted to see what, yes, and also in the word monkey is Yom Ken. I don't know what it means. I know they have Yom Kippur. I know that Yom can be Earth and Mars coming together within the sun systems, within the Federation. I know Ken means yes. I know K is in the word canine for 11. I know we come into the E world and the sun systems inside of Ken. So why would we be saying the word yes? Because the word Ken is yes. We also know it's Ken and Barbie is a shrimp on a stick. So we also have to understand, because it's all about games and analogy of everything we've went through in the last more than 60 years. But right now we're into the element of 60 from the 60s. In the 1800s, I think it was the 80s, and in the 1900s it became the 60s, and then in the year 2000 it's going to come into those born, I think, in the 40s. 2040, right? And that's where I'll be in my 80s, and we'll be shifting. There's a shift. When you get after 60, things begin to shift. And when you get into the 80s, you've come through the shift. In fact, the full complete shift is at 84, right? The ending of that shift is between 84 and 92. The reason for that, in the deck of cards, there's 13 cards in a suit. When you add them up, it equals to 91. The word spirit equals to 91, where you connect the 9-birth cycle, okay, when you connect the star system of 10, the 9-birth cycle star system of 10. I'm hoping that's understood, or am I becoming incoherent now? Right, so we looked at that 2 system. Yeah, we're going to end it here. A, B, C, D. I'm not sure where to go with this. I'm extremely tired. There was one thing I'm just going to jump on here for last. It's this over here. When we run a continuous 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to connect 2, 3, skip 1, connect 2, 3, skip 1. It's connect 2, skip 1, connect 2, skip 1. It's a 2, 1, 2 system. So I have 1 between 2. So I can go 2, 1 between 2. So I have 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3. I connect the 2, I get 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. Our Roman numerals and our system vibration works here, the BC Connect, right? The BC code, the 10 code. Now underneath, inside of here, you have 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4. When you multiply it and add it, you get 33, our birth into the sun system. When we connect over here, we connect 1, 2 with 3, with 1, 2 with 3, with 1, 2, and 3. We're going to get all threes inside of this. Alpha, beta, create. Or if you want to put separation between these, it'll be 0.5, 0.5. It'll be 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. So that's going to be to the center pole, and that's going to be electric company that's going to be connecting up to our moons and our birth. The reason for that, okay, I'm going to explain to you, is that when you get to 3.5, you get to the heart of this. You get to the major pole that's passing on 2 sides. 7 come 11, or 14 come 22. All around here is going to be 36. The empty space is going to add to 22, or 11, 11 in your master number cube. When you come down here, we're going to connect the skip 1, 2, connect 3, 3. Let's not go to the first one. Connect 3, 3, connect 1, 1, connect 3, 3, connect 1, 1, connect 3, 3, connect 1, 1. We're going to end up with 6, 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, 6, or 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. In the last one of the connect, we're going to connect 1, 3. So we're going to end up with 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. In this one, we're going to create a gateway. In the last one that I haven't drawn up here yet is going to be the, oh, did I draw that one up here? Yes, I drew it up here already. The 6, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 6. That one over there, where I connect the 3, 2, because I put it this way, I put it this way, I put it this way, I put it this way. We connect 6, 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, 6. And let me see if I got the full formation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we have to do 18 of them. 18 of them will show us half the house before it's reflected. We'll do 36 if we want to create a reflection of the first part of the house. Okay, hi Amy. When you go to bed, connect your breath to your eyes. I wish I can see what you're saying. I'm going to try my best. Now, when I breathe in, I see through my eyes. I'm not sure if that's what it is. Stretch them back towards the back of your skull. You mean my eyes? Okay. Then gaze downwards and inwards. I'm not sure what it is. I'm going to be doing that shortly. Much appreciate. I can tell you one thing, that personally, I've been into a different realm in my head at other times, not lately. I need to be in the right group. But when I take my hands on a little bit of the location of the Mary Jane kind, when I press my hands, especially in the shower, and very often at night, depending on what the harmonics are, even when I just close my eyes or a little pressure, I see the most pastel colors in the world. I've never seen art so beautiful within my head. I don't want to return. It's so beautiful, and I can't describe it. It's just really amazing, and I'm really want to learn more about these crazy systems. I mean, I call them crazy because I just believe so highly in it. I see that my 20 years of work at Turnin, it's just amazing that there's something so much deeper inside of us. And no wonder some people just want to get out and into their heads, because the traveling within there is such purity of light. And if you have anything to recommend, as Cynthia has, thank you, Cynthia, right, and how I can get more into my chakras, that would be fantastic. But for now, for myself, we are ending, and it is over. In the Hebrew time, we are in the year 5785. When we start at 0 time, I understand, did we start at 0 time in our calendar, or did we start at 1? If we started at 1, then this year is 2025. But if we started at 0, then this year is going to be 2026. As 2025, it's the IT system. It's the Sun System Link and Connect. Next year, it's going to be the CDDC system. It's going to be the cold blue into a Mars system. For those who look at your zodiac sign, right, the year you were born, note that you go further away from your zodiac sign, okay, every 12 years. In the 18th year, you are as far away from your zodiac sign possible. But at the same time, it gets passed off between other astrological constellations. I don't know how it works yet. I need to learn more about the constellations, but I just really need to learn more about the numbers and then place the constellations among it. I understand that there's 4 basics of constellations, all adding up to 22. But when you add up the constellations of 22, you have to interlock these constellations. I like to call them the ring constellations, because there's a ring around here, right? There's 11 times 8 connections in the constellations. 11 times 8. There's also 22 times 4 in the constellations. 22 times 4, 88. 11 times 8, 88. Understanding that the 11 is going to be 3, and where the 22 will be 8 in 88. I'm not sure if you're understanding. We have to do the mathematics that break down within. So there's different rotations where I believe energies stay dormant or are hard to get to because of displacement. You see the constellations, somehow we don't see them we see them like this, that they're not touching. But if you look at them like that, you see the way I turn, look, they look apart. Well, hold on a second, they look apart. But if I turn like this, look, I'm the same distance apart, right? That's what happens. Things get transferred over. They intergrain with each other. One turns here and one turns here, but the 22 the 4 constellations of 22 or the 8 of 11 all somehow transfer energies within each other. I believe there's some pool areas that energies have to be tossed into. Maybe we can call that the moon, that they toss this energy, that on the 28th day, that all these energies are released, and now the wolves come howling at the moon, or the werewolves come out at this time because of what happened with all the sloshed energy that wasn't allowed to come towards us at this time. It's all thrown at us at the same time, and then the system gets backed up. The system of where, I'm not really sure how it is, our communication center, something happens with the communication. Anyways, I gotta go. Ciao. Thank you. Good night. Oh, I love humming. I love humming. Peace, love. We're out for tonight. Thank you for watching.